23rd of May, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shmuel First Sheet Summon. Actually, here in Yerushalayim Care Zoom, we are now learning our first year and Pirkei Avos, the sixth Perek, fourth Brisa, and we are learning Maharal Miprag, and we are in our document 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth paragraph. In one beginning, Yesh Lishol, there is to ask. Should be on your screen. If not, please let me know. Okay, who would like to begin to do a little reading for us all today? Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
I volunteer.
Okay.
Yesh.
Okay.
Lishol Shamar El Ha I'm sorry, Sachmod.
Do not covet honor. Al tachmod, do not. Al meaning do not.
Al Tachmod Kavod. Do not covet honor. Yoter Milamodecha, more than your learning. U mashma ha kifi lemodecha yachmod kavod. And we derive from this, in accordance with one's learning, he can covet honor.
Right. Okay. So let's just clarify for a moment and try to understand the question. Yeah. Would you like to summarize? Anyone like to summarize the question?
I'd say the question is it a correct implication from the statement that you shouldn't covet honor that is not consistent with your level of learning, that means that it is proper to covet honor that is consistent with your level of learning. Since
Right.
we understand that it's a person should not covet honor at all.
Right. Apparently, that apparently is the assumption, the hanacha of the question, that if you assume that it's not proper to have a desire for honor at all, then why would it imply that in consistency with your learning, it would be proper to covet honor? Okay.
The devar
To covet implies wanting something that you don't deserve. You haven't got it, and you want it, but you probably know that you also don't deserve it.
So Roy, if I understand what you're saying, it's al tachmoid. So chemda is from what you're saying is that chemda is the desire for something which is not really yours, right? Like it says lo sachmod eishes reyecha. You shouldn't covet your friend's wife. right? It's your friend's wife. You have no business with her, right? So what are you doing getting your hopes and desires up for? It's not fit for you. It's not yours, right? Something which doesn't belong to you, something which is not associated with you. So it's not simple desire. You can have a desire, but he has a desire, he wants pizza, so he has a desire for pizza. You don't say he's choimed pizza, right? He desires pizza. He has a taiva. I have a taiva for pizza. Fine, you can have a taiva for pizza, uh, but you don't say lo sachmod pizza because pizza is something which you can, in theory, have. Right, so from what you seem to be saying, Roy, sachmod is something which is a prohibition of wanting something which really is not yours and never really can be yours.
Think so,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, so that would make a little bit sense, right? That would be a little bit sense.
Mm.
One second, I just have to try and get this phone call. One second.
Mm.
Hello, hello. Yes. Yes, right. Thank you for calling me back. I think we found something in the meantime. If it's still relevant, I'll call you back in the afternoon, okay? Yeah. No, it's a word that you're so that's all. Oh, okay, fair. Very good. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. Okay. All right, sorry for the interruption. Um, yeah. Um, so the Hemda here, if it's something if it's something uh which is going to be in keeping with the amount of Torah, so that might be permissible. But we have to understand, what does it mean that you can be sachmod something which is proper for you. Sachmod is, as we're trying to define, is sachmod is something which is a desire for something which is not really truly yours, right?
Mhm.
So sachmod, Yoser, you can't be sachmod covered more than you're learning. But equivalent to your learning, that you could be sachmod. It wouldn't be appropriate to use lashon sachmod in that case. All right, let's
Maybe in a way it's like being paid. I'm paid 300 shekels an hour. That's what I'm worth, but I'm not worth 500 shekels an hour.
right, right. But the question would be, for that which is fitting for you, can you say that you can be choimed something which is fitting for you?
Can be choimed is what?
Right. If chemda, choimed, is something which is relevant, a prohibition of wanting something which is not truly yours, right?
Mhm.
So then you couldn't use that expression choimed and something which would be possible for you to have. You have to think of another expression.
I suppose so. I don't know.
All right, we'll hold on to the thought. We'll see. See how the morale approaches it. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Lou.
Okay, so ודבר זה קשה כי איך יחמוד כבוד שאם אין לא יעשה רק לשם כבוד. And concerning this, it's a question. How can one covet honor that, if so, he should only do so in the name of honor?
Okay, so let's look at this. With Darvazek Kasha, this is a difficult thing. Ki eich yachmod kavod. How can he be desirous? How can he covet honor? She'im Kane, because if so, Lo Yaseh Rak L'Shem Kavod. He's only doing it L'Shem Kavod. I mean, if you say that according to the level of your learning, you could desire kavod, so what are you desiring kavod for? You're desiring kavod for the sake of kavod, and that we know that can't be rak l'shem kavod. He's asking in general, how can you in any way, shape, or form ever entertain the thought that you can be kavod covered? How could it be kavod covered? Right? If you're kavod covered, what do you mean? What are you kavod covered for? It can only be rak l'shem kavod. It can only be being doing it for the same sake of the honor.
By having covered, you know that people understand what you were doing. They wouldn't acknowledge you if they didn't know what it was all about. So that your learning is understood by people, that they know that you're learning and they understand what you're learning. So they're in a position to give covered. It's not covered just because somebody it wants to get your attention and your favor. That's not covered. You wouldn't appreciate that, but you appreciate it from other scholars or from the general public who says, "Oh, look, he knows what he's talking about." That's really great. You know, we can have a dialogue with him on this particular subject. I suppose in a way you've got to sort of define covered too. What is, what does it mean by give covered?
Right.
Does it involve?
Yeah, that's something was also what is exactly covered. Let's say covered.
I think we would have to say that one of the things that we're learning here from this question is that the kavod yachmod is not necessarily something that you don't deserve. In the case of the wife of your friend, it is, but not necessarily in every case. Perhaps this is a case where you can yachmod kavod, which is appropriate for you, and it doesn't imply that it's something that's not appropriate for you.
Right, but that brings back the question: if he's wanting the covered, right? So even if there's a covered that's appropriate for him, so if he wants the covered, so by what right should he be allowed to desire the covered? What's the reason he wants the covered?
Well, maybe he has a good reason. Let's say, for example, that he is a teacher. He's a Torah teacher. He's got many years of experience and learning behind him, and now he's got a job as a teacher, and he's teaching a class, and one of the students begins questioning him in an improper manner. He's questioning his judgment. And he says, look, young man, I've got a lot more experience than you. I've got a lot more Torah knowledge than you. So you need to listen and not be challenging me.
Right. So you're giving an example where it would be necessary for to stand on a person's cover.
Right.
Mhm. There was a kashaki. All right. I can see that situation could be appropriate. Okay, let's continue on in any event.
Veneer
And here,
de kach perush o al tivakesh gidola va'al tachmod shum kavod yoter. Okay, so it seems that this is the explanation. Do not tivakesh is to request.
right,
Do not request or seek greatness, and do not covet anything, any honor more than you deserve.
this seems to be the explanation. Al tevakish gadula, va'al tachmod shum kavod yoseh. Don't seek greatness, and don't covet any honor more or extra.
Extra. That's a good word. Extra.
Yeah, yoseh meaning extra. Any shum kavod yoseh, any extra cover.
Ki bilamod shelcha yesh lecha kavod die. Because with your learning, there is for you sufficient honor. Shehu ikar hakavod kamo she'amar le mala kavod hachmir hachamim nis yinchalu lefichach lema lecha lachmod kavod ki yesh lecha kavod die. There is to you sufficient honor that it as essentially is honor in accordance with that which is said above. Honor Chachamim, honor wise people, wise men. Yin chalu, yinachalu. I don't know what yin chalu is.
They will inherit. This is Shenem and Lamala. It's been said previously, meaning this is a Mishnah in Avos. We've had this before. I think it's in the fourth parak. I can double check. Right. So again, he's saying Ki b'limud shilcha yesh lecha kavod dai. Shu ikar kavod. That in your learning there is to you sufficient honor, kavod dai. There's a sufficient kavod in your learning, which is the primary or the essence of kavod itself. Kamosha Amru, as we said, Lamala above, kavod hachamim yinchalu. That the hachamim, they will inherit the honor due to them, right? That so
The fichach, and therefore, what is for you to covet? Honor, because there is for you sufficient honor. So you've got the honors. What are you coveting? The gam amar zeh neged yatzar hara she'im yitzro Mis gavar lechavod. And also, it is said, corresponding to desire, corresponding to the Yetzer Hara, that if one is inclined what's miskavar?
That she'im yitzru misgaber, if the kavod, if the Yetzer, his inclination will be successful, his gaber is to like overcome, to conquer, will conquer him in order for his desire for kavod.
Will conquer his kavod, the kavod. Amar leyitzro ki yesh lo kavod dai b'Torah. That it is said concerning one's desire, that there is for him sufficient honor in the Torah.
So okay, so let's figure this out again. So it says near Dabra Perush, it seems to be the explanation of this thing is as follows: Al tivakesh gedula, val takmid shum covered Yosef. It says that you should not desire greatness, nor shall you covet any extra honor. Keep a limit shulcha in your learning, yesh lecha kavadai, because in your learning you'll have sufficient honor. Shu ikid kavod, which is the real kavod, the real honor. Shenemar, as it says, and we say it was previous. This is we said this in the 6th parak. This is earlier in the second brisa, if I'm not mistaken, here in the 6th parak of Avos. It says there, Lamala, as I said previously, kavod yachamim yicharol, the chamim shall inherit honor. Lefikach, therefore, lama lacha chachmod kavod. Therefore, why should you have be coveting honor? Ki yesh lecha kavod, you already have sufficient honor. I mean, you don't need any more honor. Whatever learning and whatever honor you're going to get through your learning, which is rightfully going to come to you, that's more than sufficient honor that we're supposed to get. V'gam, not only that, Amar zeh neged Yetzer Hara. This is also a statement which is meant to work against the Yetzer Hara. Why? She'im yitzro nisgaber lekavod. If your Yetzer is going to try and get you interested in gaining honor, how do you respond to the Yetzer Hara? Yomer Yitzro, you say to your Yetzer Hara, Ki yesh lo kavod dai b'Torah. Look, I don't need any more honor than this. Whatever honor I'm getting through the Torah. I'm getting through my learning, and my learning gives me more than sufficient honor. I don't need any more honor than that. Which is very true. If you know anything about, first of all, people more than anything else, we know there's the 3 cardinal motivations. Kina taiva v'kavod. Kina, just jealousy. Taiva, lusts, and covered honor. Right. So kina taiva v'kavod motzi es adam min ha'olam. They take a person out of this world if they're not going to be controlled. But if they're going to be controlled, they'll go very far with these things. These motivations are given to us by Kadosh Baruch Hu to accomplish things in the context of Torah and in the context of moderation. It's when they get out of hand for the fulfillment of a person's desire for pleasure, that's when things go wrong and they go overboard. And they can be motzi es adam min ha'olam, not only olam hazeh, but also olam haba as well. So when a person's involved with learning, the Torah that he acquires, that is going to automatically bring with it a certain amount of honor, kavod, because that's automatically, as we say, it's a kavod chachamim yichanu. The chachamim shall inherit honor, like an inheritance comes to a person without effort. There's nothing to gain in inheritance. Likewise, the kavod that this person is supposed to get through his learning, it's going to come to him like an inheritance, without any effort, without any uh, need to do anything. It simply just becomes his automatically, the inheritance. So likewise, the amount of cover that a person is going to get through the fact that he's learning, that's going to fill his desires for cover. And therefore, why should you ever desire more than what you already have? What you have is certainly sufficient for you, and you shouldn't have to desire anything more than that. Okay, let's continue on.
So maybe what we're saying is that if you desire more honor than you deserve, then that's called coveting. But if you desire the honor that you do deserve, that's not called coveting.
Right. I think it's a little bit, you're right about that, but I think it's a little bit more. It says that there's no need, there's no, when it comes to the covet, which you're supposed to get through for your learning, through your Torah learning, you don't have to covet that, because that's something which is going to come to you automatically.
Right.
Right. So, but then it's going to work, it works out very nicely, meaning what is going to be beyond your learning, meaning any covet which you desire, which is going to be more than the learning that you are entitled, that honor that you're supposed to have because of your learning, that's something you shouldn't do.
But what about the honor that is appropriate? What's your attitude towards that? Can you be pleased with the fact that you're getting that honor?
Yeah, you can be pleased. It's something which is rightfully yours, so therefore you have a right to be pleased with it.
Okay. All right, Viker.
Yeah. Let's see. Continue on.
Vamar velo tach tis ova lishal chanam shel melachim shal chanach gadol mishal chanam.
Shulchanach gadol mishulchanam. Right.
Yeah, I don't know all these shell words.
Well, the shorish is shulchan, meaning table. It says lo saveh the shulchanim shel malachim. Don't have a desire for the shulchan of kings, right? So shulchana gadol mil shulchanim, because your table is greater than theirs. In general, we have to try and understand, what does it mean. What does it mean that the shulchan? What's the symbol? What's the shulchan symbolizing over here? That I don't know. I'm not. I haven't found any more fortunate to explain what the shulchan is symbolizing here. He wants to have a table that sits 50 people or something like that. That's what he's interested in. He can't even fit into his house, right, Mayor?
Yeah, but doesn't the shulchan represent the mizbeach? That's why we have salt on it at every meal.
Yeah, that's right. In terms of a symbolic connection to the base of Mikdash, so the shulchan is representative of the mizbeach. But I'm not sure if that is the intention of the.
which could mean that our table is greater than that of the kings. We don't know which kings. Is it the Jewish kings, the non-Jewish kings? What is he referring to?
Yeah, but this is probably even non-Jewish kings. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about desiring all the non-kosher food and all that stuff.
Right.
That's obvious, right? So again, what the shulchan is really symbolic of here, I'm not sure exactly.
Mhm.
I have to try and find if there's any meforshim that explain what the symbolic usage of the shulchan is here. But suffice it to say, let's just continue on, and we'll try and get to that. We'll try and get that to that point as well.
Okay. The shalsha Devarim Amar al Tivakesh Gedolah Baal Sachmod Kavod Baal Sis Ava L'Shulchanchem Shel Melachim. What is this word shalsha?
Shlosha, three things. Shlosha, three things.
I'm sorry, what?
Shlosha, three things. Shlosha devarim.
Three, shlosha. Three things are said about requesting greatness. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
are
No.
said. Don't
Shlosha,
request greatness.
Shlosha devarim. Amr. If you analyze this brisa, it's talking about three things. He's going to delineate for you. Look at what he says. He's going to tell you all the three things it's speaking about.
Right, got it. So do not seek greatness. Do not covet honor, and do not desire the table of kings. The tables
Okay, so
of kings.
right. So let's just review that again. And what are the three things that are mentioned here again?
Okay, the seeking greatness, coveting honor, and desiring the tables of kings.
Right.
I'm thinking that the table represents wealth. You think of a table, particularly like a Shabbos table.
Wealth. Look, probably more power than wealth.
When you think of a Shabbos table, it's got gold and silver and expensive china and a lavish meal with multiple courses. That seems to me to be wealth.
Shulchan, meaning like the shulchan, the fact that the shulchan is, there's you try and imagine the shulchan of a king it has very lavish and expensive utensils. It has very involved and fancy foods and things like this. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see how he's gonna spell it out for us, I think. Let's see what he says.
Okay. Neged Gimel Devarim Shehem HaGedolah She'adam Hu Baal Sharara Al Achar V'zeh Nikra Gedolah. So corresponding to three things that they are great.
Well, no, well, you have Neged Gimel Devarim Shehem Hagadula. Hagadula, I think Hagadula here, Shehem Hagadula, they have to do with, I think, renown. Gadula, I would say there has to do, three things have to do with renown.
Ah. That a person is a master of Sharara. What's Sharara?
Okay, sure, that means power. I mean, he's Baal Shura. He's a person in with power, influence.
Okay. Al acher v'zeh nikra gedolah. Concerning others, and this is called power. No, this is called renown.
That Baal Acher, Baal Shura al Acher, v'zeh nikra gedola, meaning that it's when you're speaking about a gedula shu Baal Shura al Acher, a person he rules over he rules over someone else. Zen nikra gedula. That's referred to as gedula, and gedula here, so it's not going to be actually renowned here. Gedula means more as he has gedula. He has like power or influence.
V'hakavod nikra kasher acharim nohagim bo kavod umechavdin oso ule
All right, so stop there. But kavod nikra kasher acher noigin bo kavod umechabdin oso. So the first thing is we explained about gedula. Gedula seems to be having strength or influence, right? And now kavod is nikra. Kavod is referred to kasher acher noigin bo kavod. Others are exhibiting honor, giving honor to him. So they're honoring him.
right. Ulefa'amim nohagin bo kavod ve'ein misgadal al acherim. And sometimes it's his practice to have honor, and he's not aggrandizing himself above others.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? So lafamim noegin kavod. There are times when a person is receiving honor, but he's not ruling over other people, right? People may honor him for some reason, but that honor that they're giving him is not giving him any actual powers of influence or strength or rule over other people.
V'hashlishi hu ha'osher ve'etzel hagdolah amar al sivakesh. And the third thing, it is wealth, and it accompanies greatness, which we say do not seek it. Eitzel kavod lashon chamda ki hakavod the limroa and with honor is an expression of what is chamda?
Chemder is like to like lo sachmod, like it's lashon chemder a kavod ki hakavod lemare.
That he covets what's mareh?
Right, as is a parent, like he covered, meaning the cover, the etzel covered in relationship to the word, the characteristic of covered. It used the expression chemda, ki covered lamara. It's something which is it's a manifest in honor. Honor is being manifest here. Mara is like a manifest.
Uh-huh. The Eitzel ha'osher amar lashon toava. I'm sorry, taiva. Ki ha'adam mitaiva al ha'osher. And associated with wealth, we say the expression lust, since a man becomes lustful for wealth.
Okay. Let's review this a little bit. He says, "Oh, so there are three things which are mentioned here. Al tivakish gedula, that's number one. Al tzachmod kavod, you shall not covet honor. But al tisaver l'shulchan shel malachim." Okay, so we have these three things: gedula, kavod, and shulchan shel malachim. And these are neged gimel devarim. And these are paralleling three other things. So the Bible says Gedula, it says Gedula, who Bal Surah, a person who's Gedula, that's something he has influence and power over somebody else. And that's Nikra Gedola. The covered Nikra Kasher Acherim Noegin Lo covered. And covered is something where that when other people are giving him honor. And now, sometimes he says they are giving him covered, and there's no gedul alachem, there's no influence or rule over others. And the third thing is osher, right? And third thing is osher, which is having to do with wealth. And the shulchan shel malachim has to do with wealth. I guess that's the shulchan shel malachim is symbolic of wealth. Right, and now it says Etzel Gedul. It says Al Tivakish. The Etzel cover Lashon Chemda. It says about Chemda by cover, and by Ausher it says Lashon of Taiva. Okay. Let's big paragraph. Okay, maybe it's best to stop here unless there are any questions. And yeah, but go ahead. You get a question?
I'm trying to formulate it. The first one was Gedula. And now we're defining Gedula as being exerting influence over others.
Right, right. So that's how he's considered, right? Gedula, right? Al tivakesh gedula, meaning that right, like gedula is like to have force over somebody.
And a Baal Sharara is somebody who's powerful
Right,
and uses that power to influence or control other people.
right.
Okay, and then it says that the shulchan, which is the third thing, is wealth. And that is connected to taiva, to lust. I'm not clear on the connection.
Well, no, it says that no, this Ava, meaning that she shouldn't, Miss Ava shouldn't have a lust, he shouldn't have a desire for wealth. Wealth is something a person has a desire for, right? And covered, he has a chemda for covered, right? And for Gedula, he has like he's mivakesh, he seeks. A person seeks, right? He seeks uh, influence. He seeks to influence people. He has he's desirous of honor, and he has a need for wealth.
The need. And what is chemda again?
Chemda is a desire, like almost like maybe like a craving, almost like a craving, maybe.
Craving. A craving for honor.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. I think okay, so I think I got it. There's a subtle difference between chemda and taiva.
Right. Chemda.
A craving versus a desire, or a craving versus a lust.
Right.
Okay, I think I got it.
Good. Okay, Basil Hashem. Fine. Good. Let's take a little break here. We'll start the Mr. Breer's here shortly. Okay.